Hey everybody, it's Heather, and today is Friday, April 4th, 2025, and I am back with a brand new episode. It's been a few weeks. Life. I know nobody really cares, so I mean, I'm not really going to get into it. So, today I am back. I have a few finished objects, some works in progresses, and all the good stuff. So, I am going to start off with works in progresses. No, I'm not. I'm going to start off with finished objects. So, this is my striped sweater that I have been showing for a few weeks. I called it my Lucky Charms sweater because it reminds me of Lucky Charms and leprechauns, the Lucky Charms cereal. So I knit this back in January, finished in the beginning of February. It's way too big. We wound up having 11 inches of positive ease, and I just wasn't very happy with that. So I ripped the entire sweater out and I reknit it in a size smaller. And yeah, so I finished it in time for St. Patrick's Day. I wore it for a very little while because it was very hot here. Too hot for a full-blown sweater. As I said, the pattern is, I don't want to talk about it too much because I have spoke about it in multiple different episodes. So the pattern is the Brick Sweater by Sew Knit. It is a free pattern. Here is the project photo in the pattern. So yeah, I like the sweater. I wish the pattern had more information in it, as in how much positive ease, negative ease you needed, because when I first knit it, my gauge was just a tiny bit off, and yet my sweater wound up 11 inches to the positive ease side, and I wasn't happy with that. So so I reknit it, and I absolutely love it. I did modify it, obviously. I didn't knit the bottom band as long, but I did knit it longer than I did the first time. And I also knit the sleeves a little bit shorter than they did in the pattern, and I love them. It's a very good, throw over sweatshirt type knit, and I like it. I like the colors. It's fun. It's a lot of people probably wear it. It's like chaotic, and I love chaos. So like this is like perfect for me. I love the exposed ends. I love the random rainbow stripes. The yarn I used was Joann's Big Twist in Happy Rainbow and Light Green, I think. No point in everybody talking about the yarn as Joann's is closing, and you cannot most likely get this yarn, at least not in store. You could probably buy it online somewhere in a goodie stash. So it's really all I have to say about this. If you want to see more information about it, please feel free to look at my Ravelry page, which I will have linked below in the description box. So there's finished object number 1. Sorry if I shook you up, and I am sorry if I was super loud just now. The next thing I want to show you is my finished striped socks from last month. I have a lot in my lap. I made the, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I decided at the beginning of the year that I wanted to make 6 self-striping pairs of socks. And yeah, so I decided I was going to do that. I did pick out 6 skeins/sock sets of my own stash, but then I decided to join a self-striping yarn club. It is by Freckled Whimsey. It is called the Nature's Palette. Yeah, Freckled Whimsey's Nature Palette self-striping sock set of the month. So I went ahead and I finished the whole pair. The pair of the first skein. The first month was March, and it was called Spring Awakens. And I finished them, and they are gorgeous, and they're plush and delicious and thick and juicy, and I love them. I did a vanilla sock. I did a 3-stripe cuff. What I did is I did a knit 1, purl 1, and then at the color change rows, I did a knit row. So there would be like smoothness. And I also cast on at the very point of the color change so that you would get 3 full stripes. I did the same thing on both and they are matching. And then I just knit 1 full repeat on the leg. I decided that I was going to make all 12 months the same pattern. I am going to knit 1 stripe repeat on the leg, and then I will knit, you know, whatever to my size. And I will use the contrasting mini for the heel and the toe. And I'm going to do a vanilla sock in all 12 and a slip stitch heel. And yeah, so that way they, it will be a cool picture to say that I did the exact same pattern throughout the year. However, this month, the first month, March, was a 12 stripe repeat. So it was a much rather longer leg than I am accustomed to. I don't usually wear them quite this tall, but I mean, this is a very nice sock. So I'm not mad about this. It would be great in like boots or something. I love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful sock. The colorways are so cool because they're like, this one is like tonal and this one is like, I don't know. It's just a cool color. And that is a little beagle hair. And I am so sorry to show you that. My dog hair is everywhere right now because of molting, because of the spring. But I'm very happy with this pair of socks. Last time I saw you, I was like somewhere in here on the first sock. And since then I have completed the second sock. And I mean, I completed the first sock and then I cast on and completed the second sock. So I'm very, very, very happy about these socks. What's great is these are not blocked, but look at the stitch definition. It's like so impeccable. Like I don't feel like I'm gonna block these because there's no point. Plus they're just gonna go on my feet and I love them. So that is my second finished object and my second pair of self-striped socks for the year. So the next thing I have to show you, let's see if that, let's talk about my next finished object, if I can locate it. Like, for real, where did I do with it? Okay, oh, there it is. This is like the absolutely most precious thing I have ever knit, I think, other than like cute clothes or something. I love this. I knit the, got my book here. I knit the My Precious Toy by Susan Cladino. This is Gollum from The Lord of the Rings. And isn't he beautiful? His hair is supposed to be chaos like that, obviously, because, you know, Gollum's a hot mess in the movie. Isn't he so cute? I love him so much. He has a loincloth on, which mine's currently curling up. I will reblock that. Also, I put on his hand the stitch marker that came in my 2023 Advent from Skein and the Stitch. It was a Hobbit inspired, and this is the Lord of the Rings ring. It's funny, you can see all the reflection, but the writing is on the ring. And for now, I'm just like, I pinned it on his hand because, you know, his precious, obviously. So this is the pattern is currently in this book, The Fellowship of the Knits, the unofficial Lord of the Rings knitting book by Tanis Gray. This book is gorgeous, stunning, amazing, and beautiful. I love this book. I have quite a few things in here I would like to make. I actually just purchased, or am going to purchase today probably, the yarn to make the next pattern I want to make in here. I actually purchased the yarn for this pattern as well, because I really wanted to make in the exact yarn that they called for. Now, the next pattern that I'm going to knit in here, I will talk about that in future cast-ons, like later in the episode, or the video. But I have another plan to knit in here. But this is, like I said, Gollum, or My Precious Toy. The pattern is only available in the book right now because the book is relatively new. I pre-ordered the book because I had to have it. This is knit in the recommended yarn. Look at his little feet. He's got little knobby knees. I mean, he's a hot mess and I love him. He looks better than a lot of the project pages, I think, that other people have made him. He's got I made him look a little angrier because, you know, Gollum/Sméagol was a little bit agitating. He is so cute though. Now my tension here is a little off, but I feel like if I squished his fluffing in a little bit, it would come out better. He has elbows, he has little hands, which he's got little, like a thumb. It's kind of like a mitt like this. So cute. His toe beans are so cute. Look at his little feet. Oh, he's so cute. Now, I will say that my baubles, also the definition in between them is a little bit, it's off, but that's okay. Honestly, I don't care. He's free. I'm not giving him to anybody. I love him way too much. Like, for some random reason, I have been carrying him everywhere I go since I made him. Because I'm a little bit crazy. I knit this guy in only a few short days. I knit him... I cast him on March 31st, and I finished him on April 3rd. When I started him, I just had to finish him. I use DPNs. It calls for magic loop, but I just use DPNs because I prefer, I've never knit magic loop for a whole project, so I didn't really want to do that. So I use Cascade Yarns 220 in the color beige and the color, I don't know the name of the color, but it's like color number 9656. For his little loincloth. But I did something different. I modified him to have a booty. I gave him a butt. Because why have a loincloth if you don't have something to hide? Like, now he's got a booty to hide. I just need to block these down so that they don't flop up. But he sits really well on like shelves and stuff. Look, his knees bend as if he's on the shelf like he's supposed to be. The eyes I purchased off of Etsy. In the picture, I'll show you the picture in a second. They're not glitter, but I thought the glitter just made them pop a little bit more. The details on the face are all embroidered. The little ears are so cute. The ears, the arms, and the legs are all knit separately and then attached. The body and head are knit in one piece. You cast on the bottom, you work up, you decrease, you increase, cast back off. And then you add the hair. The hair I used is a Holst Garne yarn. I don't remember which one. It is a very much a brownish red because pattern called for like brown scrap yarn, but I don't really have a lot of brown scrap yarn because I don't really knit with brown a whole lot. And I also wanted him to be all wool. Like, this is non-superwash wool, so I kind of wanted his hair to also be non-superwash wool, so that's what I did. I found a Holst Garne yarn that is also non-superwash wool. So he is filled with polyfill and he is filled with dried lavender. So because he's wool, I don't really want anything to eat him. So I filled up his tummy. The center of the polyfill is lavender. The center of his head, like where his brain is also dried lavender. He smells so good. Like, my little girl keeps walking up, let me smell his belly. Let me smell his belly. He smells good. And he's so precious. Like, I mean, literally, this is my precious toy. Now, I think it's also really cool, a detail that they did. They did do different legs. I mean, this to here was the same and this to here is the same. Now, they put the knees on the opposite side and they put the big toe in the right spot. So you make a big toe and then 4 little toes, a big toe and 4 little toes. And yeah, isn't he just cute? And I really think that this ring is a good touch. I think that I'm going to leave the ring on here. Like, I'm going to probably take off all this and just somehow attach that golden O-ring there, split ring, to his hand and take off that because it makes it dangle too far. But if I feel like if I had just the split ring on there, it will be in his hand closer and it will just look a little bit better. His hair is in different lengths and different like thicknesses. I just cut off some of the Holst yarn and I wrapped it a bunch of times, how many ever times I could, and then I folded it in half and I put it in with a crochet hook. And then some of them I felted with my hands, kind of like a dreadlock. And then some I felted some and then left the bottom undone. And then some pieces are just random strengths and random lengths to give him a little bit of a rustic Hot Mess Express look, because as we all know, Gollum, you know, he's had a hard life. So yeah, I think he is precious. He's just so cute. I love Lord of the Rings. It is by far my comfort movie. If I am in a mood, I can watch Lord of the Rings. And honestly, I watched all 3 this week as I knit him. And it made me happy to work on him while I was watching him. So that is that awesome sauce finish object. This is a picture in the book of what he looks like. I will say, I love the book. It's beautiful. I mean, the pages are just simply gorgeous. The coloring, the coloring on the back of the patterns, everything is very, well, aesthetic. This is what he looks like in the book. See, his eyes are more of like a glassy blue, but he looks very similar to my friend. The only thing I have to say is if you look, you can't really see his ears too good. And this is the other picture of him. Can't see his ears at all. And that is his legs. That's the only other picture in here of him. Now, I had a little bit of struggle making sure that the ears were the right shape. I didn't know because there's no good picture of his ears in here. There's also no picture of where to attach the legs, and I didn't want to put them in wrong and then his loincloth not fit him correctly. So I had to go online and look him up and try to like zoom in on other people's projects to see if my ears were right or if his legs were in the right spot. I really couldn't tell. Currently there are only 8 of these on Ravelry, and honestly, some of them are a little scary looking. Some of them are cute, some are scary. One lady made 2 of them, which is really cool. The woman who made 2, who is, I don't know her name. Her name is No Knit Sherlock. Her pictures are the ones that I zoomed in on to see about the ear shape and to try to figure out about the leg placement. Her pictures were helpful for that. I will say that in the book, it wasn't very helpful, and I feel like that was a miss in this book. Yeah, that's the only thing I have to say negatively about that pattern, is that I couldn't see his body parts well enough to know if they looked right and if they were being attached in the right spot. So that's all I have to say about that. I think that's my only other finished object. Pretty sure it is. Let me see what's in this bag real quick. I may have another one. I don't know. No. Give me one second here. I have a little list of things that I wanted to talk about because it has been so long. Okay. Talked about the March socks. I talked about my Lucky Charm sweater. Talked about my Golem. Okay. So next I'm going to talk about my works in progresses. The last time I was here, I showed you all my daughter's Rose City Rollers minis. This was the first one that I had already completed. And this one, I was like somewhere in like right here-ish. Yeah, I was literally right there. So since then, I have finished the leg part and the heel. And I am about to turn the bloop bloop heel. I haven't really worked on these much this week because really I got obsessed with making Golem, and I have another project that I really jumped on, and obviously finishing my March self-striping socks. So I did, however, try on this is not her sock, that's my sock. I tried on this sock to see if it fit her, and I do have to rip out the toe and knit it a little bit longer before I do the toe decreases because it was just tight. It will fit, but it was tight enough that I know my diva daughter, she's not going to wear them if they're tight. So I am going to rip this one back to the yellow stripe here right before I start the decreases, knit one more color stripe, and then do the decreases again. Also, that will help me to keep from going so small on the toe. I really don't like the way that looks. I mean, it don't look bad, but I don't know. Maybe I'll go continuous. I don't know. But I am going to go back to yellow, and I started the decreases in the middle of the yellow. Maybe I'll start in the middle of the greeny yellow now, just to give it, you know, a little bit more so she can grow into it. Because I did knit this on a very tight gauge. I used a US 0, so like they're tight and they are commercial yarns, so like they're more rustic and they're a little bit tighter. So I want to make sure that they fit her. I did not color match them at all. I just, wherever I ended on this one, I picked up and continued on, which now will be off a little bit because I will be adding color here, which I don't care because I still have this ball and this ball left of, that's a piece of lavender. I have this much left to do one whole sock and repair this. I feel like that's enough. I don't know that for a fact though. Honestly, I don't know if that's enough, but I feel like it is. So there's that. If all else fails, I can just make this one longer. And if this one isn't long enough, I will grab another opal mini. Is this opal yarn? No, it's not. It's Supergarne. I will pick another rustic, rainbowish type yarn and finish the other one. This is the yarn that I used to make these. I did make myself a pair first, as you know if you watch any other video. This is the label. It is Supergarne Aktiv Sport and Strumpful for Ply. I don't know how to read any other language. This is the color. Yeah, I bought this off of Etsy a few moons ago. So my pair, one for her that has to be refrogged a little bit, and part 2. So that's all I have to say about them, because honestly, those are boring. Oh, I have one more finished object, guys. What's wrong with me, girl, boy? Yes, I forgot to write that down. That's why I don't remember. I finished my Woolens Nosh Advent socks from last year. This is my Woolens and Nosh Advent 2024 self-striping sock set. I had some issues with the difference of the length, the thickness of the stripes that threw me off, so I didn't want to finish these because I got kind of angry about them. Like, not angry, but like confused and trying to get all 24 stripes in for my size, and I couldn't. So I just said to hell with it, and I continued and I finished them. This sock I had all finished except for closing the toe. Then I found in the same bag, this sock was in the bag, and I was like right here. So I only had like one stripe, and then, well, not even, I was on the toe decreases. Like, I literally just needed to finish the toe and then close it up. So I just went ahead and did it. I do not have all 24 stripes in the socks. This one has the most, because this one I tried to color control so that I could get all 24 stripes, and I decided to start making the colors. No, that was this one. I decided to color control so I could try to get all 24 stripes. So that did not pan out. I have 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 stripes. Yeah, 22 stripes. This one has 21 stripes because it ended, and barely. It ended on just the beginnings of the 21st green stripe. Remember, everybody started at a different color, which is fine. I don't care. But I was a little bummed about the fact that mine do not match completely because I tried to color control the toe, which I really don't care about that. The toe is the toe is the toe. Now, I did do a pattern on this. I did 2x1 rib, and then I did the black stripes in solid knit. So the stripe that's in between the two colors, I knit, and the rest are 2x1 rib to the toe. The toe, I honestly regret also not doing the 2x1 rib on the toe. I should have did that, but I didn't. So I'm happy they are finished. I mean, it's funny. I started these on December 4th, and I finished them March 28th because I kind of just, I got bummed in, but then I lost them. I didn't lose them. I put them up, and then I never came back to them. So I do have this as a finished object also. So technically I have knit I finished 3 pairs of self-striping socks this year already. These kind of count because I knit most of it in December, but then I knit some in January. So these kind of count. So that's literally all my finished objects. Now, also, works in progresses, which we were on. I got my second Freckled Whimsey Self-Striping Nature Palette Club. This one is a bit different, and I'm lost. Again, man, I'm telling you what, I'm a lost soul today. I'm looking for the first one. Okay, so this one is called, it's number 2, April 2025, and the colorway is Down to Earth. Another beautiful colorway. This is the color Stripes. As you know, I like to ball up my yarn instead of caking it. This one is a 6 stripe repeat. So the last one was a 12 stripe, remember? So, and I complained that these were too long, right? Well, these are a 6 stripe repeat, and well, they're almost too short. They're shorties, or maybe mid shorties. I did the same thing. I did 3 rows of 3 stripes, knit 1, purl 1, ribbing, cast on at the color change. And then I did the other 3 stripes since it is a 6 row repeat, 6 stripe repeat. So yeah, this is the 6 colors. It's pretty. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm really loving the natural colors right now, guys. Loving it. And then the contrast color was the brown that matched this stripe. It is unfortunate in my mind that this matched up with this stripe here. I should have thought that through better, but I did it. I love this green. This green, I wish was a contrast color. Oh my goodness, the dog hair. Shake it, maybe that'll help. I just love this green. This Hunter dark green is just so pretty. I really wish that the mini skein was in this color, but it's beautiful. And this one is now ready for the toe. I cast this on, I couldn't tell you when. I don't even think I know. I cast this one on the other day and I am now ready for the toe. I love it. I'm loving this club. I'm very happy that I joined it. It is the only club I'm in this year. I am actually going to get her self-striping Advent sock skein too. I was hoping and wishing it would have been in this Glee base, but it's not. It's in some other bases. So I like the thicker, juicier, plump base. I really do. The base is the Glee base. It is 90% superwash targhee and 10% nylon. 100 grams is 400 yards. It is 4-ply fingering weight, and this is the mini that came with it, a chocolatey brown. It's pretty. So yeah, these, I'm going to hold these up so you can see the 2 months. They are different as can be, but they're very much in the same wheelhouse. Ironically, those 2 stripes look a lot alike. That's interesting. Anyways, I'm going to do the same thing with this one. The second one, I will finish this one up and then get onto that. So I do have, they're doing the same pattern, but this one's a shorty and this one's a longie. So that's kind of cool, right? Love it. Love it, love it, love it. This club was only being dyed on the Glee base, but she has since changed that because I guess people weren't happy with that idea. I like the idea that she did the nature-inspired palettes on the most natural base that she had. I thought that was a great idea, and I'm sorry that people complained because I thought that kind of made the club more unique, but whatever. So this is the label for it. I love that the label is also very nature-inspired. It kind of reminds me of Twilight. So what else am I doing with this, all the remainders you ask of the balls? I was going to make my daughter a pair of socks with each one, but I really don't think she's going to like wearing the more rustic yarn. And honestly, I mean, she would wear them, but these are not her colors at all. She's a princess and a diva, so she's a ballerina. She doesn't wear these colors, but mommy does. So I decided to make me a muscle burrow hat as the club goes. So from here, cast on to here is the first, So from here to here, the gold color is the first 12 stripes. This is 6 stripes of the contrast mini. That is really not a contrast, it's a complement because these two are the same, I'm pretty sure, or very similar at least. So I don't really see any yellow in this one. But, so this is the first sock set. It goes to here. This is, I've also put in this, I actually put the second one in before I even cast on the sock. So from here to here is the 6 stripe repeat, and then I did 6 rows of the mini to kind of break it up so you know the month 1, month 2. And yeah, so I'm going to continue this on until I finish the club or finish the hat. Probably will finish the club before I finish the hat if the stripes are different sequences every month. Because this is 2 months and it's just a wee little bitty one. So I am enjoying that. I still have this much of the first month sock set. I'll figure something. I may wind up needing more of them at the end of the hat, depending on how far the club gets me for 1 year, right? So yeah, I'm gonna finish up this sock and then cast on the other one and wait for the next colorway to come. I got tangled up here. So there's that work in progress. I have another work in progress to show you, which is a shawl. And no, it's not the shawl that I said I was going to cast on last week. It's a total different shawl. I cast on the Sugar House Shawl by Emily Clausen of Salt City Knits. I had bought this when it first came out. I thought it was absolutely precious, and it is absolutely precious. This is her photo. It is a 2-skein project. I had the most perfect 2 skeins to use this with. I purchased 2 Whimsical Wood Yarn Zodiac skeins a few years ago. I honestly don't remember when I purchased these. It's been a few years. This is the Gemini twins. So obviously if you're a Gemini, as I am, you know that there are 2 personalities, supposedly. My husband says there's more like 22. And she dyed up colorways for it, and this is the 2 she dyed. One is pink based and one is blue based. So I guess the feminine and the masculine of the Gemini twins. I cast on using the feminine version. I say feminine because it's pink. Pink is pink. I am at the point where in the middle of you increase, and then you get to a point where I think you like lengthen it without increasing, and then you start decreasing, and then you go back and you put the little fancy frilly border on the bottom. So I am at the point now where I need to do the increase, not the increase, but the lengthening part of the center of the shawl. To me, honestly, at this point, the shawl doesn't seem like it's very big, and I'm concerned that it's not gonna be big enough. But this is all how much yarn I have left from the first skein, and this is what it started out as. So I don't think this is actually, technically I have this much of the first one because I messed up when I was using my Swift, and this got caught messed up. So I had to take it off. But I don't feel like this is half. So, but then again, if you have to do the lengthening part, I don't know. However, whatever the case may be, it is the Sugar House Shawl. It's very cute. Here's more pictures of it. The color, I really wish the person wearing the shawl in the picture wasn't wearing a yellow top, because that kind of makes the shawl blend in too much. I probably shouldn't show you that. I did pay for the pattern, but you know, if you want the pattern, go buy it. It's very cute. Wasn't very expensive. But then I did buy it when it first came out. I don't know, probably had a discount on it. Couldn't tell you. I really like Emily Clausen's patterns. This is the first one I've ever knit. Honestly, I thought her patterns were too complicated for me, but this one's not that complicated. Yeah, not that complicated. I am very much enjoying this. I still plan to knit the, what was it called? I don't even know if it's over here. Let's see, I think it is. Maybe it's not. The other shawl that I wanted to make, and I will probably next. Maybe it's one of my next projects, my next shawl. I love it, and I'm very happy. I'm enjoying knitting it. It is a 4-row repeat at this point, and yeah, it's gonna be really cool. I thought I'd put the pink up as the main color because pink is pimp. I love it. And I'm using this tiny little pink dinosaur that came in a Yarnable as my stitch marker because it's pink. And when I get to the blue part, I might use, I think there's a blue one too. I got 3, I think there was a green, a pink, and a blue. And I think I'll use the blue one when I get to that. And I just, it's so pretty. This color is so stinking gorgeous. The gray almost is shiny to me. It's like a coin. It's satin looking, and I love it. So good. Squishy. It is done on the, I should have probably told you this. Whimsical Wool Yarn Co. Her fiber junkie fingering weight, 438 yards to 115 grams, 85% 17 micron superwash merino and 15% nylon. So that's her label. This is one of them. Same label. The color is the same. It's just, you know, one's pink and one's blue. Yeah, see. They did not come, I don't think they came together. I honestly do not remember. They may have came together as a twofer, but they may not have. I don't know. There's that. So yeah, I'm keeping that in my cute little Happy Little Yarn bag that I got from Amy at Happy Little Yarn. It's Rainbow Bright. I love it. I have a couple of her bags and I love them. They're great. So yeah, there's that. The only other thing that I am currently working on is my daughter's socks, which I haven't knit on in a few days. I don't have any intentions to in the next few days. I'm knitting on whatever I enjoy. I am knitting on the I-cord ball that I showed you from my Advent, from this Skein in the Stitch. I honestly don't know. I'm knitting on that too. It's my car knits right now for when I'm stuck at red lights and stuff. Or I also take projects with me in the car, so I guess I should say that. I don't know. Whatever. Happy Little Yarn. Cute bag. I am trying to keep everything together here, but I'm not being super successful. So I want to talk about something I want to cast on, other than that shawl I was talking about, because I do want to cast that on. But I have two things here I want to show. One is a vest. It is a vest called the Simple Vest by Natural Yarn Co. I actually printed it on cardstock because I have no paper. This is the vest. Ooh, let me move that piece. Wrong one. This is the vest, isn't it? It's super simple, like it's called, Simple Vest. It's super simple, super cute. It uses a DK weight yarn, and I think that I've been looking for a pattern to use this in. I have 3 of Twisted Ambitions yarn, boucle yarn in this fabulous color. It is called Gone Are the Dark Clouds That Had Me Blind. Let me try that again. Gone Are the Dark Clouds That Had Me Blind. It is in the Bodacious Boucle base, 100% superwash merino, 240 yards, single ply construction. It is simply beautiful. Simply beautiful. It is like the perfect rainbow, bright, juicy goodness. I have knit before with boucle yarn, and I won't lie, I did not like it. I liked it a little bit, but not a lot. Like I said, I wouldn't do it again. I knit a Christmas sock. I knit the one, didn't finish. I finished it, but I didn't do the second one. So like, I must have not liked it. But I bought these because it's just so fun. I bought them when he used this as a fundraiser for either a suicide charity or something like that. I do not remember. He does often do charity colorways, and I usually buy them because his yarn is so pretty. Fun fact, the first time I ever won a skein of yarn on the internet was one of his, and I love it. And I have a pair of socks with it, and I love it so much. So, Twisted Ambitions yarn. Hand dyed with wicked sweet style, and I agree. His yarn is so pretty. This is going to be so pretty worked up in this vest, right? I think so. So I want to cast this on. I may cast this on in the next day or so. I really just want to finish that one sock and cast on the second one of my striped sock. That way I will have the second one done, and I won't have second sock syndrome. The next thing I want to cast on, which is what I was talking about buying yarn for. I want to cast on another pattern from my Lord of the Rings book, but I'm not going to knit the pattern that it calls for. This is called the Foliage Socks. Here's the pattern. But I'm not going to make socks. I'm going to make a cowl. I am going to make a cowl with the color work. I'm going to pop it real fast because, you know, it is a paid for pattern. I am going to use the colorwork charts from this sock pattern and put them together and make a cowl. Like there's a chart for the leg. I'll show you this. There is a chart. They want my vest pattern. There's a chart for the leg, and then there's a chart for the foot. So this is the foot, the front of the foot, and the back of the foot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cowl out of this. I'm going to print these off together I'm going to scan it and print it and put them side by side in the picture so I can just keep going around. I am going to use the same yarn that I use for this, the same brand and type of yarn, but I'm going to get a white and a green colorway. And I am going to make me a cowl out of this pattern because I don't really want to do a full color work sock, but I love the color work in this. And it says, not idly do the leaves of Lorraine fall. I'm going to show you. Okay. Well, that first picture probably did. Anything else? I mean, although this book, like I said, is aesthetically pleasing, they don't have enough pictures of like the construction and stuff. So I want to knit this into a cowl. I think it's going to be gorgeous. It will still be circular. Just be a big circle. And that's something that I'm going to cast on. I'm going to order the yarn today. I am ordering it from what? Eat, Sip, Knit maybe is what it's called. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, Eat, Sleep, Knit is where I'm going to order from because, you know, it's semi-local. It's one state over. It's close enough for me. And I'm going to knit this. It is rated a 2 out of 3 rings in difficulty, so medium, but it's not going to be that hard. It's designed by Natalie Sheldon. She has a lot of really pretty color work socks on her Instagram page. What's her name? This is the foliage socks. And as far as I know, all the patterns from this book are still only available in this book. Because I think I just got this book at the end of the year. Maybe September-ish. I honestly don't know. My nose itches now. I got some fiber in my nose. Oh, it says 2023. Well, I don't know how long before they release these patterns then. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. I am going to knit that next. It's my next big cast on after I got to buy the yarn and then get it. And I'm also going to cast this on because I really want this. For some reason, I really want this knit in a tee. I wanted it knit in a tee. I don't think I have enough for a tee for my size. It's like 900 and something yards. Right at 900 and something yards. And I feel like I need more for myself and my bodacious boobies. I don't know. Boobiliciousness. I don't know. So yeah, that's that. I don't really have anything else to say. I hope everybody's having a great day. If you feel inclined, please check out my Etsy page where I have a destash going. I am adding more to it. I just need to photograph the yarn. I have a ton more yarn that I would like to add. I need a destash. I have a lot of yarn. For henceforward, I'm only buying yarn that is serving a purpose for a pattern. That's my goal, at least. So, I hope everybody is having a fabulous day and has a great weekend, and I will see you soon. I think Monday or Tuesday, hopefully I will have a side note video posted about the new yarn that's going in my shop as a part of the destash, okay? Peace, guys. Keep hope alive.